Hey guys, it's Kristen with Simply a Stewart, and I'm back with the other half of our grocery haul. Finally, I'm sorry. If you have followed me for any time, you know that we do a large grocery shopping trip. It has worked out to be about every 6 weeks, and that's because that's as often as we can get into the city where our Costco is and do a pretty large haul for most of our staples, and then we will fill in at the farmer's market or at our local Aldi usually for our fresh produce, and then we will run to the farm and get fresh eggs because we have a farmer who does mostly pasture raised eggs, and we're able to get them for a pretty good price. So if you guys did not catch my Costco video, I will drop that link down below, and this will have our Aldi haul, which we did on the way home after hitting Costco. And then we also hit our local grocer. We don't typically do that, and if we do, it's only for like two or three things. But this time, we picked up a few extra things that we don't usually pick up, and so I did go ahead and film that for you. And then lastly, I made a Vitacost order. So if you are unfamiliar with Vitacost, it's a great place to pick up healthy staples, especially if you are in an area like us where there is not a lot of healthy food. So we place an order maybe every 12 weeks or so and just get the same things usually over and over again, but sometimes they differ. So I did go ahead and tag that haul in the end of this video for you guys so you guys can see what we got at all of them. And I will flip the camera around now and show you what we got. You can all see my husband over here. He's hiding because I was just getting on his case. He moved my produce to the other side, and I said, if you've ever watched one of my hauls, you know all of my produce is always on the left-hand side where I start. And he goes, well, I've never watched one of your hauls. And I said, well, aren't you unsupportive? So he said, I'm going to hide over here and watch you do your haul. Anyways, so we did get 3 bags of the organic apples. Maybe I should have just got 2 this week, but I didn't. My oldest is having a little bit of trouble with the eating the apples right now. She is allergic to tree pollen. We have been working on our guts a lot. She takes her ascorbic acid, all of those things. And so she has no problems going outside, knock on wood. She has come great strides with that. But when she does eat the skins of the apples, when it is like tree pollen season, she seems to have trouble. And that's probably because these come from an area that is not ours. So even when she's like doing her honey and all of those types of things, she's not used to the tree pollen that's on these. But we did go ahead and we picked these up. My kids do eat these for snack usually in the morning, and they're also something easy to send if they're going to like grandma's house or something. Grandma can cut these for my younger kiddos. I don't send these to like Bible school and stuff because my 2 youngest, if you give them a whole apple, they won't eat it down to the core. They'll eat like the outside of it and leave like an inch or two around the core and not finish it. So you moms with little kids, you know what I'm talking about. So, but we do use these at home where I can cut them, or I will send them like to grandma's house or something where they can cut them for them. And then we got some bananas. I have a bunch that are good for baking and a couple in the freezer for smoothies, but my daughter does like to have these to snack on, and then whatever she doesn't want this week, I will throw in the freezer to replace my smoothie bananas. So, and we also got 2 things of oranges. My little 2 will still go through these like crazy. My bigger 2 will probably be snacking on those strawberries at least 1 or 2 days. But my oldest has also been using like 2 of these in place of her apple during snack because of the allergy thing. So we did grab 2 of those. And then we also got the organic baby little cherry tomatoes, and we will put those in my husband's salads this week. And then whatever is left over, my daughter likes to snack on those. So. And then we got the organic apple juice. We are trying to use less and less of that, but my kiddos do use like a tablespoon or so to flavor their water, and they also put their ascorbic acid in that, so that's how they take all of their vitamin C. So we do have that, and then sometimes we do use that in smoothies. We grabbed 2 of these just in case we run out of the ones that we have from Trader Joe's, because we will not be making a Trader Joe's trip this trip, and so those will be for salads for my husband and I. Because we do have an Aldi close by, if we do run out, we can go ahead and grab more. Those ones of those there. So we grabbed 5 of these grass-fed cheeses. We go through roughly one a week. I will just cut strips for my kids, and they can have like a little cheese stick and then some fruit, and that happens usually twice a week for snack, and then occasionally I will use it also. We also do use these in our homemade Lunchables that I shared, the crackers and the turkey for our Costco haul. So maybe one day if you guys are interested, you guys can leave a comment down below. I will go ahead and do a demo of how I make their Lunchables in their steel containers to take with us on the go rather than having like fast food while we're out. So, and then we got these. This is my husband's favorite salsa, and oddly enough, it's really hard to get there in comparison to the hot and the medium. The mild is always sold out, and they don't seem to carry as many of them in the little flat. It does have cane sugar, but overall it's pretty clean ingredients. So we got that, and then we got a set of cashews with the sea salt. There's nothing in them but cashews and sea salt, so my kids do like those to snack on. And then we got the tuna. I do prefer the tuna from Trader Joe's, but because we are not making a Trader Joe's trip right now, I got this. Whoop. See if I can put it in for you guys. There we go. Sorry, I don't know why it would not focus, but it is pretty clean. It does not have the pull tab, which is one of the things I absolutely like, but it is sustainably caught, which is good. So we have that. And then we have the skinless chicken breast. I do try to get the Simply, I forget exactly what it's called, the Simply kind at Aldi as often as I can, because I prefer that chicken, but I can only afford it in my budget when it is on like the red tag clearance sale, and there wasn't any this time, so I did go ahead and stock up on these for my freezer. So we got 5 bags of those. And the very last thing we picked up is what my husband calls the devil's food. I think he's just picking on me because I keep saying I want to get rid of this and make my own. And yes, I am not giving up, but I have not got there yet. So there you go. No high fructose corn syrup or cornstarch or any of that kind of craziness in it. But of course, it does have cane sugar. So one thing you could get away from is ketchup with cane sugar. We're trying to limit what we do have it in. So that was everything that we got in the Aldi haul. All right, guys, so this is our last bit of our in-store grocery shopping. We went to our local grocer. Honestly, we don't even usually get this much stuff, and that's why I don't bother to film it, because it's very, very few things that we pick up there. But we got a little bit extra, so I'm going to go ahead and tag it onto the Aldi video. The first thing we got were the avocados. If you watched my Costco haul, I did pick some up there. They were a really good price here, and so I went ahead and I picked up a couple extras just because I know we will use them, and these ones were a little riper than the other ones were. So I picked those up. I also picked up a spaghetti squash, which we will use for lunch 1 or 2 days this week. We'll pair it with maybe some chicken on the side or on top of it. My kids really like it just in place of like spaghetti itself, so we just use the red sauce that we get at Aldi and a little bit of chicken, and then we can give them some fruit or something on the side. And then we also got a distilled water. We use this for fermenting, so we picked that up. We picked up 3 of these Simply orange juices. We've been using the orange juice from Aldi mostly. We use this for our vitamin C shots. And my husband, we had ran out. My husband grabbed one of these through the last few weeks, and he really enjoyed it. So he asked, because it was on sale, if I mind picking this stuff up instead of the Aldi stuff this time. So we did that. We do use this. It is not the cleanest lunch meat. It is not. But it is the cleanest I am able to find. We do not have Applegate in this area. We do not have good meats in this area in general. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to get it to focus there for you. There we go. But it is fairly clean. There's not a whole lot of junk in it. No nitrates, no nothing. So we do use that. We use it for our pizza, and we use it for like a pasta thing that we do once every 6 weeks or so. And so I picked up 2 of those this time. We will also use it occasionally with the turkey in the lunch boxes I talked about earlier. So those will last us all 6 weeks, no problem. And then we got just a peroxide. If you heard me say, oh no, in my Costco haul, I realized that we forgot to get peroxide. I use this for stain treating, and so I like to have this around just for cleaning around the house. And then we picked up some goodies we don't typically pick up. I've never had these, but this stuff was all on sale, so I wanted to check it out. Some of these flavors had like cornstarch and corn syrup and all those kinds of stuff in it. There we go. These ones weren't as bad. They do have some gums in them, and they do have sugar in them. They're not perfect by any means. I don't know that we'll get these often, and I'd like to make my own, but we are finishing homeschooling this week, and I thought these would be a fun little treat for my kids. Oh. We had a controversy over which flavor to get, and that's why, there are 2 boxes. So there are 6 in each. 12, so we'll probably end up having those 3 times. We'll keep them in the freezer, and that'll probably be it. I don't know that we'll get those again, but I thought this one time for, like I said, for the end of the school year, they would be a special treat to have. And then my husband does pick up this Halo Top. Our Costco has not been carrying it, so he hasn't had it. Let's see if I could defrost the ingredients here. It's kind of hard to see. I'm having a hard time focusing today. Again, not perfect, but he chooses to eat it, which is fine with me. I've had it a couple times and I do like it. It's not something I eat on a regular basis, but if I'm getting an ice cream craving, I will choose this over anything crappy. So we have had this in the past. Like I said, they were carrying it at Costco. That's where we were getting it, and they stopped carrying it. So since it was on sale, we picked up one of those. And then we have not ever had this in the past. We have had the ice cream bars by this manufacturer, so I thought we would try this out because it was even cheaper. You can see the ingredients again, not perfect. Does have the pea protein and the gums in it and the cane sugar again, so but there are worse things out there for sure. So for an ice cream hankering with us getting towards with us getting towards summertime, we like those kinds of things. In fact, my husband and I had a Dairy Queen wedding cake. We like ice cream so much, so these are a much better option than what we used to have. So that is everything that we got at our local grocery store. Alright guys, so this is the last of our, haul for the upcoming 6 weeks or so, and this is my order from Vitacost. A lot of these things are just kind of pantry staples that we keep on hand, and a few things are newer to us, so you'll notice obviously multiples of the same thing. So we will go through this, obviously no produce, but these are jovial noodles, which they soak their grains and sprout them, and then very often, and then they're always gluten-free. I have found that this brand does much better for us than any of the other, even brown rice types of pastas. You can see it's just brown rice and water. We have not tried these. We have tried the lasagna noodles and maybe the spaghetti noodles, I think, and both of those we really liked, so I decided we would give these a try. We don't do a whole lot of pasta type, even the brown rice pasta types of things, but every once in a while, so we don't do these orders incredibly often. So I did grab that, and then we got these Nick's grass beef sticks. If you guys are not familiar with these, they're similar to the chomp sticks that you get at Trader Joe's. We have not made a trip to Trader Joe's lately, and so we were out, so I picked up a few of these. The only bummer is I like to take these with me when I yard sale, and there's 2 of them in here instead of 1. So if my husband and I are both going, we can share the pack, but if I'm going by myself, then I have to open it and kind of keep the other one for next time. So, and they obviously don't reseal, so that's the only bummer about those. But I didn't have any of the chomp sticks on hand, so I wanted to get those since I'll be into yard selling season here. And then, again, sprouted. We try to do sprouted when we can. We don't always do it. It just doesn't always fit our budget. But this is a sprouted cereal that we do let our kids have on occasion. my kids used to eat cereal like every day. At some point, and since we've changed, they get it usually once a week on the weekend on the Sunday because we do our services for church on Saturday, and then they can get up and get their own breakfast on Sunday morning. I don't always work on Saturdays, but my husband always usually works on Saturdays, and so it's the only day he doesn't get up super early, and so he doesn't want to have to get up and rush somewhere, and so it's easy if the kids can get up and just kind of do their own thing for breakfast that day. So we do those, and then we got these. If you have watched my Costco haul, I did get the Simple Mills crackers in the, I think it's called sea salt flavor. That's what they carry in our Costco, and we really like those, but my kiddos do also like these, and we cannot get those anywhere locally, except for our local grocer did start just carrying them, but they're pretty darn expensive. And so with the 20% off coupon, these were pretty a decent price, so we went ahead and picked them up. And you can see here what I love about Simple Mills is they might be a processed food, but everything in them is something you know what it is. And even down to the fact that they use paprika for color rather than some kind of artificial stuff. So these are really great. We will use these. We're coming into the season of going and doing things like the playground and the zoo and whatnot. And so we will go ahead and put those a lot of times in our homemade Lunchables that they take with us. So then we picked this up. This is for mommy. It is a Hue bar if you are unfamiliar with these. I have yet to try these, but everyone that I know who eats similarly to us raves about these. And so you can see the ingredients up there, super clean. I mean, it does have, it has coconut sugar. I was going to say it's not even sugar cane. So I'm super excited to try these out. These are not super cheap. I think even with the 20% off coupon, it was still like around $4, but it's Mother's Day weekend, so I decided that I would pick one of those up for myself. This is probably one of the most unhealthy things, and I'm still working on finding an Italian dressing replacement, and that is definitely something I will be working on now that we are done with our homeschooling season, because this does have maltodextrin in it, which I really do not like. And cane sugar, I'm not totally opposed to having any cane sugar, even though we try to limit it. It is the top ingredient on this, so you know that there's more than there definitely needs to be in here. So this is definitely not what I want to use long term. This will hopefully be the last time I order it, but this is something I picked up just to get us through until we have finished up here and come up with a recipe that we do like. With that being said, we picked up all of this balsamic vinegar because I have been making a homemade balsamic vinaigrette, and we love that. And so we just get an organic balsamic vinegar. I think it's for something usually without the discount. And so with the discount, I went ahead and made sure I stocked up because we can go through those rather quickly if we're all eating salads for the week. And then we got these sprouted pretzels. These are not gluten-free, so this is not something that my husband and I eat at all, as we both avoid gluten completely. My kids do very limited gluten, but they do these sprouted pretzels on occasion, mostly for church services. When we go to church service, they give the kids a snack, which we usually don't allow them to have because it's some kind of chips or cookies or something, and so this is like a healthy alternative. And again, I mean, it even has olive oil, so very limited ingredients. These will be nice to have with the upcoming Bible school season, too. I try to have a few different things on hand that I can send them so they don't have to have the same snack every day. And then the last thing that I picked up are just these raw sunflower seeds. They're unsalted, so nothing in them. And I will be using those maybe in a trail mix because I want to make some trail mixes as we're going into the summer to take with us places, but also primarily for my personal salads. So I really enjoy sunflower seeds on salads when we go out to eat, and I never do them at home. I don't know why. So I went ahead and picked those up also. So that was our Vitacost haul. Okay, so that was everything we got. We do have a family of 6. We have 4 children, ages 4 to 10, and they are homeschooled. So we eat literally almost all of our food at home exclusively. We eat out very, very rarely, and my husband does pack and take his lunch to work. we are even the type to usually pack our foods and take them with us other places. For instance, this weekend we'll be going to an amusement park, and we will be packing lunch and dinner to take with us. So our grocery budget, this, I think, for this 6 weeks is going to roughly be, again, about $1,000. Now that is for a 6 week period. It is not for 1 month, and it is for everything. We have no eat out budget at all. So that gives you guys kind of an idea of where we are at, and that will include everything. That will include the produce and whatnot that we have coming up to buy in the future weeks. So that is roughly about $175 a week we've been doing. Now, not every 6 weeks has been like that, but the past two have been roughly about the same. So that is everything, like I said, for all of our food, no eating out, etc. So if you guys are interested in these hauls, I do post them very regularly. So please go ahead and subscribe down there below if you haven't. And please hit that like button so I know to keep making these videos for you guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye.